So most brokers lose the exclusive listing before they even start. And there's a reason why. And that really has to do with everything related to what's called the 5 steps of consumer awareness. And this is something that was created by Eugene Schwartz, who's one of the most famous and influential marketers of all time. And so I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So let's go over to what is called the 5 steps of consumer awareness. And so brokers come in, and I've seen this so many times where the broker comes in and they're starting to sell before they even get to step one. And that's the worst thing that you can do because there's a trust factor that you need in real estate. Like you need to get the owner's trust. The owner needs to trust that you are operating in their best interest, not your best interest. And so many brokers are out there, they don't know how to go about getting an exclusive listing. And this gives you a huge advantage if you're watching this. Because there's a system behind all this. There's a real simple step-by-step process. And, one of the most, valuable things is this thing called the 5 steps of consumer awareness. And, what I have here in the book, in the exclusive listing pitch kit is most brokers don't lose because their pitch is bad. Because they lose because they're delivering the right message, could be the right message at the wrong time. And the consumer awareness fixes that. And so there are 5 steps here. One is the first, which is the most unaware. Now, this all has to do with everything that has to do with proof and trust. So the entire exclusive listing pitch kit is all about a process of pushing out evidence, market reports, comparable sales, over and over and over to break down that barrier between you and the consumer, which is what's is called consumer doubt. And so number one is they're unaware. So a owner is like, they see one broker after another. They see flyers, listings, brokers come and go over the years while they own their property. And, they look at it and it's like every broker's the same. They come and go. I don't know any broker that sticks with it long enough. And this whole model that we're working on here completely flips that. But the first thing is the unawareness. Why you? Why would I even consider working with you? There's a million other brokers out there. The second one is the problem aware. Okay, I want to sell my property. I really, what is my real goal? Do I just want to sell it? Do I want to get the highest price? Do I want to get it done the quickest? What is the problem? Then they start to get into the solution part. Okay, I really want, I want to maximize the price. I want to sell the property as quick as I can at the highest price. So I know that's the answer, but at that point, like who would I even work with to get me that result? And then number 4, we call that the product aware. That's what Eugene Schwartz calls it, the product aware phase, right? So, okay, I get it. You're a broker. That's what you do. You find buyers. But so what? What is the difference between you and anybody else? And the last part, which is the most aware, is when the owner finally says, you know what? I know I need a broker. I know I want to get the highest price. And the question is, do I want to use you or somebody else? And what's the difference between you and everybody else? And that's the whole process, is the process of moving them from the unaware to the problem aware, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when you start to try and sell, when you try and push the exclusive listing on an owner that's not quite ready, when they haven't heard even what you do to give them the highest price, you're going to, no matter how good you are, and no matter how smart you are, where you went to school, how good looking you are, and what kind of car you drive, you are going to push them away, and you may blow the chance of ever getting the exclusive listing because they may never let you back in the door. Because once that trust is broken, once you start to show your self-importance and how great you are and how great your firm is and that kind of thing, they don't want to hear any of that. They want to know, what are you going to do for me? How are you going to go about this process of getting me the highest price? And that's what you learn with the 5 steps of consumer awareness. The 5 steps of consumer awareness is a very interesting thing to think about because it's had such a huge impact on me once I became aware of these 5 levels. Because then I started to be, then I started to listen more intently, and in any kind of situation, because the 5 steps of consumer awareness might be, might be over time, right? So let's say you meet an owner, you talk to an owner on the phone, maybe they just bought the property 5 years ago and they're probably not going to sell it for 30 years. Why would, at that point, you do not want to try and sell to them. You do not want to push your services on them because they may not be selling for 20 years, but they might know other people in the market. They might know other property owners and that kind of thing. So at that point, that they're not ready. They're not anywhere near number 5 where they're ready to even think about putting it on the market. They're not even there yet. But what you're doing is you're creating a relationship with them, knowing that they're not even ready. So this is, this whole process that we go through, it's all about creating trust. And the way we create trust is by showing proof and utilizing it at the right time. And, somebody who is not ready to sell, they might be interested in market information. They might want to know what's selling in the market because they want to be aware of that. And what you want to do, this is what I've always done, and many, many people who I've worked with over the years, is you just keep pushing out the information, put out market reports, put out success stories, what is sold in your market. You want to demonstrate that you know the market more than anybody else. And what's going to happen is, it's sort of like the laws of the universe, right? You will start to attract sellers. You will start to attract leads because you are an expert. You dominate your market. You are the most knowledgeable in your market. And that's how it works. So the 5 steps of consumer awareness, very, very important tactic. Pick up a copy of the exclusive listing pitch kit. We go through every single part of this. We have so many different tactics to move you along to make you, help you turn into an exclusive listing machine, to help you build this amazing exclusive listing business. So down below, pick up a copy, join us in our school group. We have a school group where we go through all the different tactics, how to get the leads, how to get the business, how to close the business, and use every piece of business as a tool to help you get more business. So, and again, I'm Ed Winslow, and I'll see you in the next video.